All right, welcome back to Exhaust Sports Auto. We are going to be doing a take two of this video because there were some corrections that needed to be made from the previous video I did on the exact same topic. So what is that topic? We are going to be talking about the Extra Care Platinum Lexus warranty, if it's worth it, if you should buy it, because this market is pretty messed up, okay? I titled the video, Don't Sell Your Lexus, but if you wanted to sell your Lexus, you can get a ton of money for it. The problem there lies, you have to replace that car. You have to go out, either buy a new car, like wait, put in your deposit, and have the vehicle built, right? That's what you have to do. That could take several months, and some people can't wait that long. They just simply can't. That's only gonna work out for people that currently own a car and they're willing to wait that long, either for a spouse, a child, or a fun car for themselves, and they can wait. That's cool. The other option is to buy a used car, which is absolutely absurd right now. I mean, you're better off buying new cars right now than used, because the used car prices almost exceed what a new car would cost. So that's out of the question. But if you're a Lexus owner, you know that you have a quality vehicle on your hands. You know that you have a car that is going to age well, that is going to stand the test of time, right? But you are still afraid of random repairs or random little issues coming up because it's a vehicle, it's made by man. And you realize that Scotty Kilmer and the rest of these people, they don't really live in the real world, of course, where things can go wrong, okay? If it can go wrong, it will go wrong, okay? That saying could not be more true. Yes, it's a great car, and because it's a great car, it's also a complex vehicle as well. Plenty of electronic components that can go wrong with it. Subscribers have reached out. They've said that they had a 2013 ES350, had it for 6 months, bought it with 100K miles on it, and after 6 months, the transmission just crapped out. I knew people with Toyota Corollas, brand new at the time, bought it, transmission crapped out on them. Some guy told me that front-wheel drive cars, economy cars, transmissions always blow out. That is the most absurd thing I have ever heard of, right? A lot of this stuff comes down to luck. There are people with Range Rovers that have had their vehicles for up to 150,000 miles and never had an issue with it. These are cars, anything can happen. That's why I'm presenting you this little option right here, because I've partnered up with LeaseCompanion. Lexus is a vehicle that they've worked with a lot. Usually they're a broker service that allows you to purchase a new car at a discount under MSRP. But today we're going to be covering their Platinum Warranty program for Lexus owners. Instead of messing around with the current car market, they can just keep what they have with the peace of mind, have it completely warranted, bumper to bumper, electronics, all of it is going to be covered, and they can hold on to their vehicle that actually has some good residual value in it and just continue driving that, continue to enjoy that without too many problems. So let's just go ahead and let's cover this warranty first. I'll get to these extracurricular benefits later. Let's just cover the nuts and bolts first. So everything outlined in black is actually already covered through the regular Lexus powertrain warranty, okay? One thing to keep in mind, all these warranties only apply to vehicles that are 4 years old with less than 50,000 miles on it that are currently under Lexus warranty. Okay, so if you have a vehicle that's not under Lexus warranty, or you bought another Lexus from like a different dealership and that warranty never, transferred over to you, this is not going to apply. Your car must be under factory warranty for you to be able to extend it via this Platinum Care that LeaseCompanion is offering. So everything listed in black is just part of the regular Lexus warranty. Everything in blue is actually what you are paying up for. This is the extra level of coverage that you get. The main things that stood out to me are the suspension components and the steering components. Okay, upper and lower control arms, that's all covered. This is fantastic for anybody that's currently owning a flagship Lexus product like an LS, an LC, or an LX SUV, right? Those are large, heavy, expensive flagship vehicles, near six-figure automobiles. They always suffer from control arm issues. Okay, so that's something that you're constantly having to go through. So it's fantastic that they are covering that under this warranty: bushings, bearings, control arm shafts, the electronic suspension actuators, the motors. Actuators go wrong on Lexuses pretty commonly, actually. And just one of these components is enough to cover the entire cost of the warranty. So that's the other thing. The warranty itself doesn't even cost that much money. However, people still refuse to get it because they think it's a scam or whatever, yet they go out and they like warranty their cell phones, their refrigerators, their coffee table, just all that nonsense. But like they're the most complicated piece of machinery that you own, you won't consider warranting that. For whatever reason, you think that all these components are going to work in harmony forever without any issues, without any failure. That is literally idiotic. I'm sorry, there's just no other way to say it. I had a 2010 Acura TSX. I'm going to give you my own testimony on this. It was my first car, did a lot of research. I'm obviously very poor. Now, many of you can be rich and you have money to piss away and you don't care what repairs come along. Good for you. People like me, I am poor. One little mishap or one little repair bill pops up, I am screwed for that month. So what do I do to hedge myself? I get a warranty, but that's today. Before, when I was even more poor, it was my first car, 2010 TSX. I was researching like many of you, right? Nice used car to get me around in college, right? I ended up with the 2010 TSX because it was a 4-cylinder, reasonably good on fuel, right? It had this squared off tire setup so I can rotate the tires, right? I looked at all these things. It was front wheel drive. It should be able to get me through the winters without too many issues and reasonably practical, etc., etc. And it's a Honda Acura product, should be reasonably reliable, right? That's what I thought. But then you keep going through Google, you keep researching. The more you research, the more crap you realize goes wrong with vehicles. And you begin to understand, okay, this is a never-ending thing. There's always going to be a new problem that pops up, and it's just never-ending. So, yeah, people on the internet, they'll claim that they have no issues with their cars. Good for them. They're either lucky or they're lying. So, nice job on them. But for me, I paid $2,000 for a warranty. When I bought that car from my Hendrick dealership, okay, it was at a Toyota dealership, I paid up for their AutoGuard Hendrick warranty, and it cost me $2,000 at the time for 4 years, 100,000 miles. Warranty prices have gone up since because for obvious reasons, the pandemic, the shortages, the chips, all that stuff, right? So at the time, that's what it cost me. I probably had close to $5,000 in repairs that happened to me with that vehicle. That piece of garbage was drinking fuel. It needed like a quart of oil for every 1,000 miles. I bought like a real used car with 67,000 miles on it. The VTC actuator went out. The ignition coil went out and left me stranded because the car had no power. So it actually did leave me on the side of the road. Some other nonsense happened to it. I had to get some gaskets replaced. Just all sorts of little mishaps on a Japanese car that many of you would consider to be reliable. Many of you would comment and tell me, oh, my Acura never had any issues. Good for you. That's not what happened to me. So with these newer cars, 2018 Lexuses, they're even more complex than ever. Plenty of computer parts, right? In many cases, just one component is enough to cover the entire cost of a warranty. And the good thing about these Platinum Lexus Care warranties is that it's all done through your local dealership. Yes, LeaseCompanion and the dealership that they work with, they're located in the Washington, D.C. area. However, it's a nationwide warranty. You can take it to any local Lexus dealership, right? So that's not a problem. So all the repairs are made using Lexus approved parts, the OEM Lexus parts that many of you love so much, right? Done by a true Lexus technician, not some slime ball on the side of the street. No, this is done by a Lexus certified technician, right? Because one of the biggest headaches I've had in my life is finding a proper technician. And I found one, but he's a German car technician. Okay, he's a master tech for Porsche and Mercedes. So that doesn't do me much good because that's not typically the vehicles I own. But that's just life. 24/7 roadside assistance, and all that is provided through AAA. Travel protection, deductible options. Most of it is just $0 deductibles. And most importantly, it's transferable from owner to private party one time at no additional cost. So that's going to help you when you go to sell your vehicle to a private owner. It's going to help you with your resale value as well with the vehicle. It's just going to be a lot more desirable that way. But There's a lot of stuff I haven't even covered here. Yeah, I talked about the flagship vehicles really benefiting from this, but also the hybrid vehicles as well. Highly complex machines. All the electronics, everything that you see here in blue, it's all covered. So you can read that for yourself. And I'm also going to leave a link to this in the description box, along with all my little links that you can sign up with LeaseCompanion to get these warranties. And you can read on the right all the things that are not covered. Okay, a lot of the interior components, a lot of the wear and tear items like brake pads, that's not covered. But also one thing with the hybrid vehicles is that the hybrid battery packs are not covered. It says it right here, so just keep that in mind. But just about everything else is covered, all the major electronics, just so you know. And you can read more about this, the extra things that are covered here. You get rental car protection, like you can get $50 per day for a rental car for up to 5 days, and $100 per day for lodging and meals if you broke down 150 miles away from your house. That's the thing, like, Lexus, Acura, they're not really gonna break down. Like, even till this day, I still like Acura. I still recommend buying their products. I don't think it's a bad car. It's just, that's what happens to vehicles. They get used, they get some mileage on them, they start acting up. Like, it is what it is. Everybody has a different experience. Some people have a car, they'll buy a new Tahoe and it lasts them like 3 million miles. Good for them without any issues. Here I've pulled up a kind of a spreadsheet that LeaseCompanion shared with me for the warranties and how much approximately it's going to cost for the different vehicles listed here. You can look at this, and the most powerful thing about this warranty, as well as the warranty I got on my Acura, is that these warranties are typically prorated. This one for sure is. And what does that mean? Okay, look at this ES right here. Like an ES 350 costs $2,000 for the 7-year, 100,000 mile warranty. I'll talk about what that 7-year, 100,000 means in a little bit, but the point is, if you get this warranty, $2,000, and halfway through the warranty, right? So actually, let's talk about that 7 years right now. This is kind of the mistake I made on my last video. A subscriber of mine, Michael, he reached out to me and he let me know what's up. After he signed up with LeaseCompanion and he got a quote from the dealership. He has a 2018 Lexus ES 350 with around 30,000 miles on it. Okay, so he fits in perfectly for the needs of this warranty system. You're going to definitely have to go with the 7-year, 100,000 mile warranty, because this 7-year, 100,000 miles, this starts when your vehicle was first put into service. So if you bought your car, okay, so he has a 2018 30,000 miles, it starts from there, okay? That 7-year, 100,000 becomes 3 years and about 70,000 miles for this particular person named Michael, okay? Because his car is already 4 years old at the time of me making this video, 2022, right? That means he gets an additional 3 years if he gets the 7-year 100K miles. He already has 30K miles on the car, so subtract that from 100K, he has about 70K miles. So if he paid $2,000, he's gonna get a 3-year, 70,000 mile warranty effectively. That's what he's gonna get. If he went with the 5-year, 80,000 miles, kind of a waste of time for this individual, because that would be like getting a 1-year, 50,000 mile warranty. Not really worth it, and it's going to cost him about $1,400 as an example. So for almost all of you, you can pretty much disregard the 5-year, 80,000 mile warranty. Just focus on the price of the 7-year, 100K. That's like, if you had a 2020 vehicle, that's 2 years old at this point. You're getting about 5 years, and let's say you had 20K miles on it, you're getting like a 5-year, 80K mile warranty, if that makes sense, right? So that's what you can look to pay for each of these vehicles. The RXs, a little bit more money, about $2,700. And the LX right here, $2,800. That's the only flagship vehicle listed here, so you can assume that's probably going to be around the price for the LC500s and the LS500s as well. But I was mentioning before, these warranties are prorated. So let's say this individual, Michael, let's say he buys this $2,000 warranty for his ES350. Okay, with 3 years and 70K miles, let's say in a year and a half, he says, I don't want this warranty anymore. He can actually cancel that warranty and get back half of his money, because he used it for a year and a half, he'll get back $1,000. That's how it works. So if, let's say he wanted to cancel it within 30 days, he will actually get all of his money back. That's how the good warranty systems work. And because this is the OEM Lexus warranty, that's just how it works. They don't screw you over there. So that's the good thing. So let's use Michael as an example again. Is it worth for him to do that? Should he pay $2,045 for 3 years and 70,000 miles? That's going to depend on how long he wants to keep his vehicle, but I think he said his warranty runs out in June or July of this year, okay? If he likes the car and he wants to keep it for an extra 3 years and 70K miles, I'll be honest, if I was in his shoes, I'm not just saying this to make a sale or whatever, I could care less, okay? You should do your own research and not just believe whatever a YouTuber says online, okay? You're a thinking individual. Don't just buy this because you need to support me or because you like me or whatever. I'm a nobody, okay? I'm just a zero, all right? Just a little roach on this planet. You don't have to do everything or take everything I say as gospel, okay, because it's not. Make up your own mind. Do what you have to do. If you don't think it's worth it, don't get it. In my opinion, I do think it's worth it because around 100,000 miles, that's when another subscriber's ES350 transmission went out. I don't want that to happen to our friend here, Michael. So the thing is, if he deems that he doesn't want the warranty for that long, or if he's going to sell it in a year and a half, he can actually get back half of his money. So there you go. That's kind of how I look at it. I personally, I would not buy, I wouldn't even buy a used car at all, to be honest with you. I would just lease a new one simply because I don't drive a lot. So leasing works out for me, but I get it. Many of you drive too much, so that's never going to work out. That's another thing. Maybe you drive too much. He's only going to get 70,000 miles. So if you're one of those people that drive like 50,000 miles a year, then your warranty is effectively like a year and a half only. Hopefully all these numbers are making sense. But yeah, that's kind of the issues. That's what I'm saying. Like, look at it for yourself. Determine for yourself if this is the route you want to go or if it makes sense for you. Hybrids and flagships, I'm for sure going to get it, but really any car over $15,000, I will get a warranty on it. The only vehicle where I would not get a warranty, if it's like a $5,000 like Corolla or something like that, that's the only vehicle where I would not consider getting a warranty, but I would just roll the dice. I mean, it's $5,000. I mean, so what, right? You either get it fixed or you salvage it and you buy another $5,000 car. That's just kind of how that little cycle works. But any half decent car past $15,000, I'm not touching it without a warranty. Typically, I don't buy cars like that. I buy new-ish cars. One good example is like a GS350. Like, I would buy that as a certified pre-owned vehicle and I would buy this warranty. That's a good example because the GS is a high quality machine, good sports sedan that I personally would love owning. They don't make that anymore. So to cover myself, I would definitely get that 7-year, 100,000 mile warranty without a doubt. Another thing, if you are interested in this or you want to at least inquire about it, you can click my link, okay? It is an affiliate link, so I do get some of the proceeds, of course, and LeaseCompanion is a broker. I'm not sure exactly how much they charge for their broker fee, but once I find out, I will leave that in the description box and in the pinned comment. But when you click on my link, this is what it kind of takes you to, the warranty inquiry form where you put your name and your information, all that good stuff. But you scroll all the way down, that's where you find LeaseCompanion's information, their email, their number that you can call or text. They're available 24/7, at least it says on this website. And they are located in the Washington, D.C. area, just so you know if you have any other questions. So that's it. That's the video I wanted to make because times are tough right now. You know, people are kind of contemplating, should they sell their car? Should they buy a new car, whatever, or just keep what they currently have? If you want to keep what you currently have, this is what I wanted to present to you. Do your best to cover yourself and hedge yourself against any anomalies or any just random occurrences that can happen with the car because it's a car. Nothing is perfect. You know, the internet and Scotty Kilmer are going to tell you that, but I even had a 2007 Lexus LS 460 project car, which I have since sold because it was just a money pit. I pretty much fixed everything on it and I just sold that car. Many of you are like, oh, why did you sell that car? I want to see more videos of it. No, you don't, because that car got no views on YouTube. None of you people want to see it. And a lot of people are just hypocrites, dude. I tried to do a budget build with that car. I fixed literally everything. So the next owner literally has no worries or issues with the car. They got themselves a fantastic deal. So good on that person for buying it. But my biggest mistake was just pouring all that money and time into it for literally no returns. though, like, that's a perfect example of a vehicle that needed a warranty. The control arms, OEM control arms on that car, like $150, and there's like 16 control arms on that car. That's like over $2,000 in just control arms alone. And then people were like bitching to me about it, and they're like, oh, why did this guy buy like these $20 Mevotech control arms? I'm like, dude, this is a budget build for like everyday people. If you're balling out and you can piss away $2,000 on control arms, good for you. That's just in the parts alone. So you can see I have like a warranty. Obviously that car is too old, but you get what I'm saying. The parts alone cost a fortune on a luxury product. So yeah, it's just a Toyota. The parts cost a fortune. A shock, a strut, all those things are a fortune with the Lexus. Don't even get me started with the electronics on those cars. So I ended up selling my Project LS, right? It was just too much money, but that should give you a good example. Buy a warranty with cars. These things are not cheap. Or don't, okay? Like, you can also do your own research and then like not buy anything. You can totally just do that as well, for sure. So anyway, everything will be in the description box. Thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye.